Hey y'all, it's Jonathan, and today I'm going to be showing you how I made this modification to my Milwaukee Packout box. It allows you to get your tools out without taking your other boxes off. This one is watertight. I'm going to show you how I did that and what I learned along the way. So y'all stay tuned. Thank you. Okay, so here it is locked right here. Basically, you just undo that, undo this, pull that out, and it comes down. Close it back, do the same thing, sew it up there. This just fits right up under there, clicks in, fits right up under there, clicks in, holds it in. That way I can open up this, or if I take this off, I can also open up the big lid. Now let me show you inside what I did and how I did it. Okay, so when you open it up, what you see is I've got a piece of wood stock right here. I just used hardwood because that's what I had. It's 7/8 thick, and I've got this one 4 inches wide. I've got it secured by some 2.5-inch deck screws on each side, and for the deck screws I've got washers on the deck screws, and I'll show you that in a second. But you do this, you got to do this piece because when you cut the opening right here, the opening is part of the structure of the box and it holds the box together. And so obviously your sides here are going to wobble. And so if you install a piece of wood right here, then that helps to hold everything together. So here's how I did the screws. Just deck screws with some washers. There's my board right there. I had to put a notch so that would fit up in there. And you have to do a little notch right there so that these little guys will kind of fit down because they go right in there. You have to take your saw and make a little round cut right there. Okay, so you can see kind of where I cut, and for the most part where I cut seemed to be a pretty good place to cut. Weatherproofing, I put this piece of rubber flashing stuff, and it's just secured by the hinges by friction. It's just pinched in there and it's held so far. So when you cut the lid, you'll find that there's a cavity right here. And it's a tapering cavity, so it's hard to get a piece of wood that'll fit up in there. But I did cut a piece of wood. It's just 1x stock, and then you shove it up in there, and I secured it with a few screws, and then I filled the cavity with spray foam. Then I found a piece of weather stripping that would work, and I've tried 3 different types, and this type seems to work the best. And I just glued the weather stripping with a 2-part epoxy. Seems to be holding okay, but then your edges right here, you just take a heat gun, and you see how that's I've got that pointing in now. Just take a heat gun and warm that plastic up and bend it in. That way when it's shutting, it kind of squeezes into that that weather stripping. So that's what I did. I did that on both sides. Okay, for the top, right up here, you see there's a little ledge right here. That little lip, basically close that, this little lip too. Those little lips kind of run the length of this this thing right here, and it won't close unless you remove those. So basically I just took and removed those, and then it will close right through there just like that. I found the best tool for removing this stuff was an oscillating saw, and then I took a sander, just a real sander, and sanded it up and kind of made it a little smoother. So I chose to use a bigger hinge. This is almost the size of a door hinge, or really it is. It's 3 inches. It's a good size hinge, and I like having the extra stability there. And on the inside I've just got it's just bolted in just like that. All right, so I'm trying to simulate rain as best as I can. I've got my spigot up here about 8 feet high. I know a rain cloud's not going to be 8 feet down on the ground. And then I've got a Scott towel here that I'm going to place inside. We'll see how much water gets in the box. So the camera's been rolling for about 4 minutes. It's been going for about 5 minutes. I'm going to stop it and see where we're at. All right, moment of truth here. I'm going to tilt it back, get all that water off the top. Nothing. We don't have an excuse of water getting it there. All right, I'm going to open this. Gently open the top, and I have a few drips on my Scott towel. So it's not waterproof. It'll keep most of the rain out, won't keep all the rain out. Guys, hit me up in the comment section if there's a better way to waterproof this thing. I've literally tried 3 different types of weather stripping, but I always want to learn. So let me know if you have a suggestion of how to make this 100% waterproof. Alright guys, thanks for watching the video this far. If you've made it this far, you might be interested in a review of this Milwaukee 20-inch Packout. I'll put a link in the description below. Now let's find out how much stuff I can fit inside of this modification. So there, pull out, I've got my DeWalt skill saw, my Makita charger, Makita sawzall, and extra battery. I could fit a little bit more in there, but it'd be really tight and hard to get the stuff out of. Put the stuff back in there, I just put that. That. Throw all my cords in there. And close it back up. Thanks for watching, guys.